Hello and welcome to the KJD Show. I'm your host, KJD. I want to wish everybody Happy New Year's because I know New Year's is upon us. It's also a good opportunity for people to start with a clean slate. You know, some people say, "Oh, I'm going to start a diet." You have some people say they're going to curse less. Well, some people say that they need to watch the fireworks during New Year's too. For me, I think it's a good opportunity for me to evaluate myself and what I did throughout the year. I know I'm not going to make drastic changes overnight. One thing I think about, just make some small changes. If you do that, you make big changes over time. Like what I did 2 years ago, I cut back on the drinking and eventually I quit drinking altogether. I was able to get rid of that and a lot of other demons that I was battling with in my lifetime. And it also helped me make progress towards reaching some other goals, such as my fitness regime. I think that's the key to being able to keep up your New Year's resolutions, set a lot of short-term goals. Have a checkpoint for the end of January, have a checkpoint for February, and so on. When you do it that way, then you're going to meet your New Year's resolution. So when it's December 2014, and what you had said in January of 2014, you can say, you know what, I beat these goals. I was able to hold on to that resolution. But people set super high bars of standards for themselves, so that way when it's time, they get real depressed when they realize they're not making any progress towards the goal at the end of January, and that's why they shut it down. A good example of that is when you go to a gym, you notice how it is. There's always a bunch of people in there that have never been in the gym before in their life. It's why the gym is packed with a bunch of people that don't know what they're doing while they're in there. But by the time the Super Bowl rolls around, they just fade out. No insult to them, but you gotta set small goals. Like when I joined the gym that I joined it in the middle of December of 2011 when I set those resolutions for 2012, and it allowed me to get acclimated to prep myself up for these goals. And I'm sure some people are wondering, well, KJD, what are your New Year's resolutions? Mine is to try to build off what I did in 2013. See, when I had a bad ending to 2012, I knew I wasn't going to be able to recover from it right away. So what I did was I just set some small goals and built on them. I'm pretty satisfied with how that turned out for me. So what I think I need to do in 2014 is continue to build on it. And one thing I did a lot too, I tried to find more time to pray. You got to stay close to God if you want to get anything accomplished in life. That's just my opinion. I'm not going to knock somebody that thinks differently. That's their opinion. But to me, that's been the key for me to be able to succeed. I prayed to Him because I know that I need help in my lifetime. There's other people around me that are battling problems of their own, and I know that they need help from God as well. So I pray for those people too because I know that they need it. And they probably appreciate the fact that there are other people that are praying for them. I think there's people that are praying for me that I've never even heard of before, that probably never even heard of me before, and I think they're praying for me too, and I just don't realize it. I think by doing that, it's just me letting God know, hey, I need you to help me keep myself right with what I'm trying to do. Making sure I'm taking the right steps to doing the things that I want to do to be a better person. I'm no saint by any means. One thing that I think I made a major mistake of the past 2 years when I started setting these goals, I feel like I gave off the wrong impression of me being an arrogant person. I can understand why I came off that way. I think it was just a poor job of presenting it. I never considered myself an arrogant person, but then again, most humble people don't ever have to tell people how humble they are. You have to be a humble person to be successful in life. You have to be willing to take constructive criticism from people. You have to be very receptive to it because a lot of people are trying to help you out. There are people that want to help you meet these New Year's resolution goals that you have, but you have to be willing to help yourself with it. Hey, if you're telling yourself you want to quit smoking, let's say you smoke about a box a week. Okay, so that's probably about 52 boxes a year, because there's 52 weeks in a year. So what you do is for those first 4 weeks, you cut it down to about 3 boxes. So by the end of March, okay, you can cut it down to 1 box every 2 weeks. And by the summertime, if you're good enough at it, you can cut it down to where it's just 1 cigarette a day. I can see why that might come off as too high of a goal, but you have to take small steps to be able to reach those goals. That's what New Year's resolutions is about. It's about slowly improving yourself. You can't just change yourself drastically in one setting. It's small steps. I know when I had my drinking problems, I wanted to quit at some point because I saw what it was doing to me. Oh, yes, it is New Year's Eve. You know, I knew I had to get my mind right, so I just cut out the drinking slowly and slowly. Yes. 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 So all I did was eventually happen that way, and look at me now. My next birthday, I'm gonna make 2 years. I'm gonna make 2 years from when I quit drinking. So yeah, we have to eventually meet your goals. There's gonna be people that's gonna discourage you along the way. Because you stick with God, you got a chance.
Kevo, countdown, baby. 5 minutes. Get ready.
Yeah, I mean, you know, you're gonna deal with people that don't want to have their minds right. You know, they want to try and drag you down too. So you got to think about all that kind of stuff. All right, well, I'm gonna talk to y'all again at a later time. Y'all have a happy New Year.